Alright, so continuing on with this, let's go ahead and create a cylinder here. We're going to work on this little handrail for a moment. So just create your cylinder, and the radius here is going to be about, let's see, 0.8 or so. 0.8 inches, that is. Should get us pretty close. Go ahead and move it over here and go into the left-hand viewport. And just rotate it so that it's the same angle as the current handrail. You can turn off angle snap for this. Alright, that looks pretty good. And let's go ahead and check how many sides we've got. We don't need any height segments here for now. So convert it to an editable poly. And let's just grab these guys and move them up here to the top. So it'll end a little bit before the top. Something like that should be fine. And it'll come down here and almost all the way to the bottom as well. Okay, perfect. Something like that ought to do fine. And go into your top viewport here and just position it accordingly. So kind of right around here, I suppose. Alright, excellent. Now grab this guy and go into your element and just delete that side handrail there since we no longer need it. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now what we're going to do is just add a quick sort of wall to our scene just to help us flesh out everything. Just convert it to an editable poly and we can just drag it up for now. Alright, that looks pretty good. Alright, and now what we need to do is attach the mounting brackets. So go ahead and we'll first save your scene. And let's go ahead and import merge. And we're going to merge the handrail 1. And we'll merge everything for now, with the exception we won't need the camera. So, alright, so just go ahead and auto rename everything. Alright, there we go. And we don't really need any of that or that, we just need this piece here. So go ahead in the top viewport and you can press F3 here. Just rotate this 90 degrees. Alright, just like that. And we're going to need to scale this way down. Something like that should work. Alright, back into your perspective, press F3 again, and let's drag it way up. Alright, and these guys need to be at the same angle as the handrail, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, and then it's a bit tall, so we're going to go ahead here and let's just convert that to an editable poly and bring these guys down a bit. Oops. It only needs to be a little bit above our actual handrail. Alright, so something like that. I want to say we're not quite lined up, so just rotate it a little bit more. And go ahead and drag it to where it matches. Now it still looks a bit big, so we're going to scale it down a bit more. And maybe, let's see, bring it in the wall a little bit. We don't need that piece nearly so thick. Alright, and bring it down a bit. Something just like that should work perfect. One more rotation, there we go. So that's not bad. Now we're going to get this guy here, press R, and on the local axis we're just going to scale him inward a bit. It seems a bit too wide. Alright, and there we go. Now we've got our little handrail brackets. So go ahead and select that all again and go into your left-hand view. We're just going to go ahead and copy these a few times. So we're going to need one, sort of near the bottom here, and then we're going to need one sort of near the top. So just go ahead and copy that, and we can align it as good as we can right here. Something like that, and that's actually too close to the top, maybe down here. Okay, now we're going to need to just sort of position these closer to the middle. So it's sort of a bit of a guessing game at this point. Alright, that's not bad. And then one more right about here should be good. Alright, so just position it in there. Alright, and there we go. Now we've got all the little brackets, so our handrail can actually stay attached to the wall there, which is a good position to be in. Now, one of the things I noticed here, and I don't know if I'm going to actually fix it or not, we'll see, is this guy right here. So I'm just going to grab this and move it right to about halfway. And you're going to notice that like some of these little spirals are really high, like they're not in the middle, and they should all be in the middle. So I actually guess I will fix it just to make my life easier, because I guess they cut off the bottoms here and actually move these down. Now it doesn't honestly matter. I mean, you can keep this, it's just a design preference more than anything. Actually, you know what, maybe I won't get rid of it. But you can move these down to adjust it so they're all centered, or you can leave them like this. It just sort of depends on what you want. But what we do need to do is come in here and basically drag these down so they don't intersect any of our geometry. So I'm just pressing 1 on the keyboard, and then pressing 1 again to exit vertice mode, and just going ahead and dragging all these guys down. So I'll probably go ahead and speed up this portion of the video here, just so you don't have to see me doing 100 of these, but you never actually know. I may completely forget to do it, and you may be sitting here watching me do this for, I don't know, 45 seconds or so. So if you are watching this, it's probably a pretty good time to just go get a cup of hot chocolate or a glass of water, stretch your legs a little bit, just do something, I suppose. Alright, that's good. Yeah, these are actually the stairs I had built in my house. We had this sort of crappy looking, I don't know, a solid sheetrock wall basically, and we didn't like it, so we decided to put in some hardwood stairs with the wrought iron handrails, just to make it seem a bit more complete. It didn't seem nearly as bare after we had that done, which was a really nice addition, I should say. It makes the entranceway really open up when you walk in, as opposed to being very closed off if it's just a solid wall. Alright, so there we go. Now we've got all those happily completed. So let's go ahead and let me think about this for a second. Alright, so let's import our, let's save this again, and import, merge our handrail, main handrail that we created. Okay. And just go ahead and auto rename all that. Now it's probably going to be some weird angle. Alright, so we can delete this guy. We're only really interested in this piece right here. So we don't even need that piece. Don't even know what that is. Alright, so let's go ahead and just drag this up into our scene and see about how close we are size-wise. So actually seem to be very close size-wise. Alright, so for this guy, we're actually just going to shift drag it and use the extrude modifier. And we're just going to extrude him a little bit and convert it into an editable poly. In the top viewport here, just drag kind of the center there, and we can just sort of drag over here. It doesn't really much matter. I think we need to, let's see, go into the left-hand viewport and center this guy up. Something like that, and bring him down. Alright, and then let's go ahead and shrink this here so we're a little bit smaller than our newel post. And come up here, just turn on that and bring it up right to about there. Alright, this will give us the approximate size that we're looking for. Let's go ahead and just make this brown, and we'll just make this brown too while we're at it. Oh, we already tried that, it didn't work. Alright, so that'll give us sort of our little handrail shape. And just so we have an idea of what this looks like, let's grab these guys here and extrude them. Grab this and extrude it up. Okay, and then just drag it up. Just so you can actually see how the wall itself would look. And we can bring these guys back just a little bit. Alright, so there we go. We're coming along nicely now. Another thing I noticed, let me actually see if I'm right. Yes, I am. So these stairs right here, if we zoom in on them, there's actually supposed to be an overhang. So we're going to actually go into the, let's see. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. Render to texture is not the best way. Alright, let's just grab the front of all of these polygons here. Okay. What we're going to do is just drag them out about 3/4 of an inch to an inch, something like that. And that'll allow us just to have that little bit of an overhang I was telling you about. So come up here and let's just drag these guys out just like that. So not too much, just enough to give it a bit of an overhang, kind of an equal distance out as you have forward. Alright, there we go. That'll just give it a bit more, a bit better look to it overall. Alright, excellent. So let's go ahead and work on the main handrail portion, I suppose. Well, actually, before that, let's focus on the little bottom portion here. So let's go ahead and make a floor plane. So just something like that. And you can just make it a gray color. Because this bottom stair actually has what's known as a return on it. And so what that is, let's grab this guy here. And let's see, change this back to a square. We're gonna, let's see, connect this once and just drag it out right to around there and chamfer that guy quite a few times. Now this isn't the best way of doing it actually, so we're gonna actually undo that. How do I want to go about doing this? Let's see, undo that. It's not going to let us undo it. How strange. There we go. Alright, alright, better idea is, let's connect that. Grab this guy. Hinge from edge. Actually, we're going to delete this edge. So pick your hinge is going to be this guy. Do 180 degrees. Give it a ton of different segments. Something like 18 should do the trick. And then we're going to bring this guy out just a little more than normal. So something like that. Alright. And let's go ahead and add or actually let's go to the top view here. Actually, go away. I don't want you. So in the top view here, let's grab this guy and weld. Alright, there we go, got him. And I grab this guy and weld. And looks like we got them. Okay, there we go. So now what we can do here is apply, let's see, something is up there. What is up? What happened? Why is it messed up? We had actually welded the wrong things. I don't know why that is, because we still have a polygon there. Let's go ahead and weld that. And there we go, we're 2 down. Weld this guy. We should be good. And this guy shouldn't require anything either. Okay, there we go, now we've got it. So let's go ahead here and apply a mass. Actually, let's select all these guys and deselect all those edges, so we just have those back edges selected, and delete. Alright, and now we can apply a chamfer modifier. Let's just zoom in here so we can see what we're doing. Alright, and not quite that much, something like that ought to work. Give it a tension of 0.5 just to break up the edges, and that should be perfect. So we turbo smooth that, and we're going to have some good results. Excellent. So just go ahead and delete that and leave the chamfer there. And actually, let's go ahead and bring this up to about, I want to get rid of these guys right here, so bring it up to about 80, and that'll remove those. Alright, there we go. So our chamfer worked well. Let's go ahead and come back down here in the front viewport, shift drag this, and just bring it right to the ground level. Okay, and we can actually clone it to the same little area. And the reason we're doing that is so we can have an entire return, basically. So now what we need to do is go here, and we can actually grab these 2 guys and hide unselected, I suppose. Well, let's actually just isolate our selection here. Alright, now with these guys selected, let's actually select all that, deselect these guys, all the tops. So we have this. Go ahead and inset it, something like that, and extrude it straight down, just into there. Actually, we'll bring it up a little bit. Go ahead and delete the bottom, and grab this guy, and actually we'll just select this. So go into your top viewport and inset the exact same amount back into your perspective here, and you can just, let's see, delete that, I believe, in your front view. I'm sure there's easier ways to do this, mind you, so you don't have to follow my exact steps. Just bring it down, select everything, perspective. Let's get our weld on. Alright, and there we go. We're now... What is happening here? Ah, there we go. So let's inset that. Okay. And we'll just do this. Extrude. Delete. Grab all your vertices. Press R. And scale them together. Weld them just a little bit. Okay. Grab that line, loop. You should be able to control click the vertices. Okay, well, we'll just leave it there. And there we go. Now we've got a nice little return. And then we're going to go ahead and also make it a little bit thicker than the rest of them. So just press R, scale it out a little bit, and drag it forward a little bit. Okay, there we go. So end isolation mode. Now we've got that nice sort of area on our stairs, which is what the bottom looks like. So now what we can do is go ahead and create a box on this wall, just like that. Go into your left-hand view and let's convert it to an editable poly. We're going to go ahead and bring part of it way up here. And actually, let's go ahead and hide that. Just hide selection. Alright, and let's bring this guy down here. Now what this is basically going to be is just, can't remember what they call it honestly, but it just gives it some visual appeal, I suppose. So we're just going to put that side there. And up here we're going to, let's just make sure it's about even all the way up the stairs. Something like that, I suppose. Okay. And let's go ahead and hide unselected, or unhide all. Let's take a look. Alright, so this can come back a little bit. So something like that. Alright, maybe a little bit higher actually. And go ahead and sink it into the wall. So in your front viewport here, we do not need it to be very thick at all. Something like that. And you can go ahead and apply a chamfer modifier. And just give it a small chamfer with a tension of 0.5. Go ahead and make it white as well. Alright. So that's looking pretty good. Alright. Let's see how long we've been going for. Alright, so we're going to call this part a wrap for now. So in the next section we'll continue refining our stairs a bit, adding additional elements, and cleaning up the scene. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed learning this. Please be sure to check out the other portions of the stair tutorial if you haven't already. And I will see you next time, and as always, happy modeling.